everyone, and welcome. Today, I'm so excited to be introducing you to my food friend, Carla Biesinger. Hey, Carla.
Hi, it's me. How are you? Thanks so much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on here. For anyone who does not know Carla already, you are definitely going to want to be following her after this. Carla is a business mentor, business coach, and she really shows people how to grow their business through Instagram. And I know that everyone is constantly asking, how do I make Instagram work for my business? I know I need to be there. I know this is where my audience is, but I'm just not sure how to grow it organically or how to convert it into sales. So that's why Carla's in here. She's going to be sharing all of that fantastic info with you. So before we go into the training, I'm going to just pass it over to you, Carla. If you just want to do a little intro and let everyone know a little bit about your magic, that'd be fantastic.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. And especially because this is all about food. And my previous life actually used to be all about food. I used to own a restaurant in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, and was in that food world for 5 years. And in the end, decided I really wanted to create a business that allowed me to travel more and to be location independent. And that's why I started my online business. And I started out actually targeting food bloggers and creatives in the food industry because I still wanted to be connected to the food world. I basically said, if I could do one thing all day that would make me happy, it would be looking at food porn. That's why I chose Instagram, because I just love the visuals and that it is a visual platform. And then I got so hooked on it because of the community and the people that you meet through this platform. And it's through Instagram that I've, grown my business. I've taught over 20,000 people in my online courses, but I've also made amazing friendships through Instagram. I've met collaboration partners, had so many opportunities because of this platform, just because it's so easy to connect with ideal clients, people who share your interests, people who do something similar to you and who want to collaborate. It's a very supportive environment. And that's why I feel so passionate about this platform, even though it changes all the time and Instagram, changes the algorithm. And now next thing they're going to get rid of the likes, which I actually think is a great thing. So I'm all for that. But yeah, I'm excited to share my knowledge with you about using it as a platform to really connect with your ideal clients and to sell more of your products, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be just scrolling through Instagram for hours upon hours. You really want to focus on what's working in order to convert. And you don't necessarily need to have hundreds of thousands of followers or, just focus on the likes. Like, my philosophy is using Instagram in a way that's, you're not focusing on popularity, you're really focusing on profitability. And that's what I'm going to share with you.
Yeah, I love that, because so many times people think that Instagram is this necessary evil. And I know that you debunk that in this training and help people see that it is a necessary benefit piece to their business so that they can actually drive sales and build connections like you shared. So I can't wait to share this with everyone.
Welcome to this Instagram masterclass, From Popular to Profitable, where I'm going to be sharing 3 strategies with you on how you can monetize your Instagram account, even if you have less than 1,000 followers. So I would say, let's do it. So my promise to you is to give you the most value-packed masterclass that you've ever attended. And all you have to do in exchange is stay present, because we will be moving quickly. So close out of any other browser tabs, put your phone out of reach, and just take notes. Definitely also stay tuned till the end, because I have a step-by-step self-audit for you that will help you analyze exactly where you're going right and where you're going wrong with your Instagram account, and what might be stopping you from growing and from monetizing your account. So that's coming in the end, so stay tuned for that. But I just want to know, what's up? How are things going over there on Instagram? Do you feel like you have a step-by-step system in place to turn your efforts into dollars? So on a scale from 1 to 10, just give me a quick number, letting me know how confident you're feeling. 1, not confident at all. 10, super confident, you're rocking it. No, not at all. We got a 2 here from Workman, Patricia, Rosen 5, Rhonda 1, Jamie 1. Okay. If you haven't made any money through Instagram yet, why do you think that is? Just let me know again in the Q&A box as well. What might be holding you back? I probably have a good idea, but I'd love to hear from you. Maybe it's you don't have enough followers, low engagement, just started using Instagram, not enough clients. Okay, don't know where to start. Okay, now you are in the right place today if you're an entrepreneur. So you know that your ideal clients are hanging out on Instagram, and you know that by connecting with your ideal clients, you will be able to sell more of your products and services. And you're in the right place today if you're a content creator. So you know that you need to be on Instagram if you want to work with brands. And by connecting with the right brands, you'll be able to land more sponsored campaigns. And you're in the right place today if you're completely new to Instagram, you don't really understand what this platform is all about, but you know that it's the platform to be on, and that by learning how to use it to your advantage, you'll be able to grow your reach, impact, and income. So just real quick, let me know what's true for you. Are you A, an entrepreneur, B, a content creator, or C, a total newbie? Now, how are things going so far? Are you happy with your efforts and income on Instagram? If not, is it possible that these things are holding you back? Maybe just give me a yes if this is true for you. You feel that your account is too small. You don't feel like you don't have enough followers to reach out to potential clients or brands because you just feel like they're not going to take you seriously. Okay, lots of yeses. Maybe your engagement is your problem. Just give me a yes again if this is true for you. So you're spending all this time creating content, writing captions, but then every time you post, it's just cricket. Okay, maybe you don't know how to get noticed by the right people. So you know that your ideal clients are hanging out on Instagram. You know that these brands are on Instagram, but you don't really know how to get onto their radar. Okay, and then last but not least, maybe you're scared of being salesy or pushy or sleazy. So even if you knew like who to connect with, you don't even really want to go there because you're scared of coming across. Now, we're going to address all of these points today. Before we dive in, I want to talk about this elephant in the room. Because what you might think, especially on Instagram, is that you need to have a large following in order to have financial success. However, I know a lot of people who have very large accounts, even over 100,000 followers, who have never made any money through Instagram. And then I also have friends who have small accounts with less than 5,000 followers who are making multi-six figures in their business, and all of their clients are coming from Instagram. So Insta secret number 1 that I want to share with you is a myth buster. And that is that a large following alone does not equal financial success. What does equal financial success is this true influence that you're building with your audience. Now, how do you create this true influence? I think it's all about building this know, like, and trust factor. We're going to talk about this a lot today, but basically, if you can get your audience to know, like, and trust you, they will buy whatever you're selling. It doesn't matter whether you're selling your own products or services or whether you're promoting a brand or a different product. If your audience doesn't trust you, they will never buy whatever you're promoting. Now, some people will tell you that buying fake followers, automating your comments, and playing the follow-unfollow game will help you build a profitable Instagram account. I don't think that's true. I think that the 3 secrets to Instagram success are using your account to teach, to inspire, and to connect. Now, I want to show a little proof to you that even if you have less than 1,000 followers, you can still succeed if you're using these 3 points. So teach, inspire, and connect. Casey is a high heel lover and a podiatrist based in New York City. She got approached by her first brand when she only had 200 followers. By the time she had 2,000 followers, she got invited to a private viewing of Katy Perry's new shoe collection to come as an influencer and talk about her new shoe collection. Now, Hannah is a food photographer and food stylist. She actually started monetizing her account before she even had 500 followers. So she started working with brands, creating content for them, creating photos and recipes for them. And then when she had 1,500 followers, she hosted her or co-hosted a food photography and food styling workshop in LA and made over $800 in just 4 hours. She was only promoting it through Instagram, by the way. Now, Jennifer is the owner of Triumph Fitness, which is a fitness studio. She launched her first online fitness program when she had 500 followers. By the time she had 1,000 followers, her program had already generated over $10,000. So it really goes to show that the number in your profile, the number of your followers, does not matter if you continue to provide value and connect with the right people. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Now, Insta secret number 2 is the fastest way to build this know, like, and trust factor is actually by showing your face. So using your Instagram stories to really talk to your audience, being on video, using your feed, so photos of yourself and your captions where you can tell more stories about yourself to really let your audience get to know the person behind this account. So we're also going to talk more about this today. Now, here's what I'm going to share with you today. So I promise you that we will dive as deep as we can in the time that we have available today. Because our time is limited, I will have an opportunity for you to get more at the end, but I really just want to focus on the 3 awesome strategies that you can take away and implement today. So strategy number 1 is what I call the radar technique. And that's how to connect with your dream accounts. So accounts that can really move the needle for you. Strategy number 2 are the 3 simple steps you can implement to triple your engagement. And then strategy number 3 is all about how to get paying clients or brands without ever feeling salesy. Now, who am I? Super quick. I figured since we're going to be spending this hour together, I want you to know a little bit about my story and what gives me the credibility to talk about Instagram to you today. So my name is Carla Biesinger. I'm originally from Germany, but my entrepreneurial journey actually starts in Argentina. So in 2011, I moved to Argentina, to Buenos Aires, to learn Spanish. I was only supposed to be there for 3 months, but as life happens, I met a guy, I fell in love, and together we started a restaurant. We actually started this restaurant in our own apartment. So this is a concept that's called a closed door restaurant in Argentina. It's quite popular. And basically, night after night, we would have tourists come to our home. We would cook for them, wine and dine them, and then charge them. Now, within a few months, we made it to number 1 on TripAdvisor. We had become known for being one of the top dining experiences in Buenos Aires and serving some of the best steak in all of Argentina. That buzz basically got an investor interested in our concept, and he offered us to take this concept a lot bigger. And so, long story short, we said yes. 18 months in, we moved from our 2-bedroom apartment to a 2-story restaurant in the best corner of Buenos Aires. And we went all in and we went really big. So the restaurant actually still exists. It's called the Argentine Experience. It's a 7-figure business today, and it's been featured all over the world. We definitely made it onto the tourism map. But as you can guess, I'm not in Argentina anymore. So this story doesn't really have a happy ending for me. It was really all about just making more money, making the investor happy. And it wasn't really anymore about this lifestyle that we had set out to create for ourselves when we started this business. So at 29, I decided to leave and to move back in with my mom to kind of figure out my next step. I basically started over, left behind my boyfriend, my business, and my whole life in Argentina. Now, I took a job in Mexico working for an online marketing agency, but within a few months, I realized pretty quickly that I wasn't ever going to be happy working for anyone except for myself. So I created an Instagram account. I didn't really have a clear idea of what I wanted to create. I called it Stomach Half Empty, and I started posting about food because I'm a huge foodie. Now, within 6 months, this account grew to over 10,000 followers, and all of these people started asking me how I did it. So I figured, I think I have something here that I enjoy, that I'm good at, and that I could teach other people. So in 2017, I went all in on this business. I created my first online course, and that's what I've been doing ever since. So I'm a 100% online entrepreneur. I travel around the world, and I just work from anywhere, teaching about Instagram, anywhere that has a good Wi-Fi connection, basically. So through Instagram, I have been able to grow my own audience to over 30,000 followers. I've attracted thousands of students to my online courses. I've built a coaching and consulting business. And I've also worked with some really amazing restaurants and brands all over the world, and brands like Herbal Essences and Amazon as an influencer. Now, what's even more important than that is it really sparked this mission inside me to empower other women. And we do have some men as well. We don't discriminate around here, but really to inspire people all over the world to build their own profitable online business through the power of Instagram, and to create more freedom and wealth in their lives. Now that's enough about me. I would say let's dive in. So strategy number 1 is the radar technique, or how to connect with your dream accounts. Now, who are your dream accounts? Your dream accounts might be different accounts depending on what your end goal is. So number 1, they might be dream followers who will engage with you and your content. So remember, we don't just want to grow a following of random people. We really want to attract people who are interested in what we have to say. They might also be dream clients who will pay for your products or services. Or they might be dream brands who will want to work with you on sponsor campaigns and pay you again. If you have no idea how to find these dream accounts, that's no problem, because basically we're just going to borrow them from other people. Now, the most important question you need to ask yourself when you're trying to find these dream accounts is, who do they follow on Instagram? So I have a few different examples to just kind of make this more clear to you. Let's say I'm a makeup artist and I am looking to just grow my account and connect with dream followers. Now, who would my dream followers be following on Instagram? Probably other makeup artists, so my competitors, or makeup influencers, right? Like in this case, Andrea Ali. Now, what I can do is, once I know who my competitor or this influencer is, I can go to their profile, I can go to one of their posts and check out the comments that they're getting, because the people who are leaving comments on my competitors or these influencers are users that are proven to be active and engaged and interested in the content they're sharing that is similar to the content I'm sharing. So the next step that I'm going to do is basically I pick out the people who leave the best comments. I go over to their profile. I just make sure that this is actually someone that I want to connect with. And then I just add their username to a list. So for now, don't worry about the list. We're just adding their name to a list in our notes section of our phone, or like just any random list. And I'm going to explain step number 2 in just a second. Now, example number 2, let's say I'm a spiritual coach who is looking to connect with my dream clients. Now, who would my dream clients be following? Probably other spiritual coaches, my competitors again, or spiritual influencers, like in this case, Gabby Bernstein. And so again, if I want to find them on Instagram, I can just find this competitor or influencer, go to one of their posts, check out their comments, find the most active and engaged users, make sure they're actually someone I want to connect with, and add them to my list. And example number 3, let's say I'm a travel blogger and I'm looking to connect with dream brands. Again, you probably know by now, who do they follow? They probably follow other travel bloggers, or your competitors, or travel influencers. Now, this is where it gets a little bit different, because if we're looking to connect with dream brands, we're basically looking to connect with brands that are already working with other influencers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a competitor or an influencer, and then this time we're going to look for sponsored posts. And usually you can define what a sponsored post is when either they're tagged in the post. So in this case, she has a photo with sunglasses on, and she said, beach from above with my new tiny eyewear sunnies. Sometimes they even include sponsored or hashtag sponsored, so you can be even more sure that it's a sponsored post. But then it's basically the same procedure. Once you found a sponsored post, you can check out the brand, see if that's someone you would want to work with, and then again, add them to your list. So basically the conclusion is, if you can find your competition or influencers in your niche, you will find your dream accounts. Now, time to take action. This is your homework for after the webinar, is to basically make a list of 10 dream accounts. So use this step-by-step process to find your dream accounts, make a list of 10 of them, and then over the next week, engage with them every single day. And by engaging, I really mean leave a meaningful comment. So read their caption and make sure that you're leaving a comment that shows that you've taken the time to read their caption, that their content is resonating with you. Now, I have one extra tip for you, and that is to turn on the post notifications of these 10 dream accounts, because especially if you're trying to get on the radar of bigger accounts, they are probably getting quite a few comments. So unless you're one of the first people to really leave a comment on their posts, they're probably not going to notice you. So if you turn on the post notifications, you basically just go to their profile, tap on the 3 little dots in the top right corner, and then select turn on post notifications. Then every time they post, you will just get a quick notification. You can go in, read the caption, leave a comment, and you will be guaranteed to be one of the first people to be leaving a comment. This truly works. I did this when I first started out. I wanted to get on the radar of this huge food blogger. I did this for a few days, and then I sent her a DM, and we did a big collaboration together. So we'll talk more about the next step, but just by turning on the post notifications and making sure you're one of the first people to comment, you will get on their radar. Strategy number 2, 3 simple steps to triple your engagement. Now, why does your engagement even matter? Your engagement is basically evidence of how true your influence really is. Now, again, the way to measure true influence is not by the number of likes or followers, because you can buy these and you would be surprised at how many people are actually buying these. But what you can't buy are quality, meaningful comments, okay? Now, the way to basically create this true influence is all about creating authentic connections. So I have 3 steps that you can implement today to create more authentic connection with your followers. So step number 1 is quite simply to ask more questions. So I find that on Instagram, everyone just kind of tends to talk about themselves. So it's becoming very difficult to get people to stop in their scroll. I'm finding that if I see a caption that's actually addressed to me, so it's someone asking me a question, I'm more likely to stop and read on than if it's just someone talking about themselves again. So I like to start with a question, then I go into detail, and then I repeat the question in a slightly different way in the end. And just by repeating that question in the end, I'm basically giving them an invitation to leave a comment. So you know how they say you should have a call to action after every single post you put out there. So just by asking a question, your call to action automatically is leave a comment, share your opinion. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is to tell more stories. So think about what's happening in your life or in your business, and how can you make yourself more relatable? And I have an example for you here. So this is Rosa. This post on the left, as you can see, her caption was just finally. Now, if we compare that to this post on the right, it's a similar photo. In this one, she's smiling, and the other one she isn't. But this one got almost 4 times the amount of comments than the one on the left. And here's the reason why. So she starts this caption by saying, you want to hear a story? And then she already has this laughing emoji in there that kind of creates curiosity. Now, her caption is basically just a little story about how she came to the US as an immigrant child. And it's just a cute story. But can you see that after reading this story, there are so many more things that you could say or leave in a comment than after just the finally caption? Now, step number 3, this is my favorite one, is to just be more engaged. Now, this strategy alone will help you to triple or quadruple the number of comments you're getting on your posts. And that the way to do that is to basically just continue the conversation in your comments. So the easiest way to do that is that whenever you get a comment, you reply with a question. So you're getting them to come back. So in this case, for example, Lala Lunchbox, I did a post about the weekend. Lala Lunchbox said, so lovely, happy almost weekend. Now, I didn't just not reply at all, which I don't recommend doing ever. I could have also just left an emoji and said, thanks. But what I did is I said, Lala Lunchbox, so close, what are your plans? And then she came back and she said, headed to Boston. And I said, okay, cool, have fun. So again, it's not a super deep and meaningful conversation, but just by asking a question, I'm getting her to come back to my account. And every single time someone engages with your content, you're influencing the algorithm. So you're basically showing the algorithm that Lala Lunchbox is interested in your content. So the next time you post, your post will appear higher in her feed. Doesn't have it like that. They come back and reply again. Doesn't work every single time because not everyone checks what you reply. But this is such a great strategy to just adopt and to just get into the habit of doing that, to reply to comments with another question. It's something I just recommend getting into the habit of and just implementing every time. Now, Insta secret number 3 is to not get discouraged. I know that so many of you are going to go out there tomorrow or today and you're going to post a question in your caption and then no one replies. And I know that can be super frustrating, but I really believe that if you're asking a question and no one replies, it just means that you haven't found the right question yet, or you haven't asked the right question yet. So just keep writing about different things, really trying to figure out what resonates with your audience until you hit gold. Now, strategy number 3, how to get paying clients or brands without ever feeling salesy. Have you ever received a message like this? It usually goes something like this, could be about anything. Hey, they usually don't even say your name. Are you trying to grow your Instagram account? I work with people just like you. So if you're wanting to grow your account, I want to help you. Do you want to work with me? All the time, Diego is saying, how does it make you feel? We're already getting very annoying, scammy. It makes you feel like they just want your money, right? They don't really care about you. And it definitely doesn't make you want to rip out your credit card and hand over money. And remember, we have to focus on building this know, like, and trust factor before we can pitch anything. Now, this is where your dream accounts come back in. So by the end of next week, you will have created a list of 10 dream accounts and you'll be engaging with them on a daily basis to get onto their radar. You have also focused on creating more authentic connection by doing everything that you learned in strategy number 2. So what's your next step? Well, if you're an entrepreneur, then your end goal is to get paying clients, right? So your next step is to basically turn these dream followers, these dream accounts into leads or potential clients. If you're a content creator, then your end goal is to get a sponsored campaign. So your next step would be to find out if this dream brand that you have on your list is actually open to working with you. Now, the easiest way to make that next step without feeling sleazy or salesy or pushy or anything like that is to basically take your relationship to the next level by sliding into their DMs. DMs, if you don't know, are direct messages on Instagram. And that's really where it goes down. Now I have 2 action steps for you that you can take to slide into someone's DM without being sleazy or salesy. So action step number 1 is to mention them in your story. So basically, I know there's a lot going on here, but what I do when I implement this strategy is I go to my dream account, I take a screenshot of their account, and then I upload it to my stories. And I basically just write something nice about them, I give them a compliment, and I tag them in this story. Now, what Instagram will do is it will open a direct message between the 2 of you, and it will say, so-and-so mentioned you in their Instagram story. Now, because you've given them a compliment and this shout out, they usually actually start a conversation with you. They usually come back and say thanks, and then you can just kind of take it from there. Now, action step number 2, which is even easier, is to just reply to one of their stories. So all you have to do is just throughout this week, look at their stories, and when something resonates with you, just leave a reply. Now, this is how you do it. On the left, you can see I did a story about needing some interior design tips. And this girl, she's one of my followers, she just replied and she said, hey, I make handmade art and home decor in my Etsy shop if you want to check it out. So again, you can see I actually directly asked for something like that. So her response was completely organic. It wasn't pushy. It wasn't salesy or anything like that. You don't have to offer your services or products when you're implementing this strategy. You can just start a conversation and then just kind of direct it, lead them through it. One last success story here. My friend Rini, she was listening to Kristen Bell on a podcast, and she decided to give her a shout out, basically doing that what we just learned. Now, a week later, Kristen Bell gave Rini a shout out. So she put on her Instagram stories, I love following Own It Babe. Own It Babe is Rini's account. And Own It Babe overnight gained 15,000 new followers. But what Rini was saying was, what was even cooler is that she was DMing with Kristen Bell after that. They just had a conversation. And I think that's so cool to see how powerful Instagram is, that you can really start a conversation and make a connection and build a relationship with literally anyone out there if you're using these strategies. Now, remember, building relationships takes time. So definitely you have to try again. Don't give up and really focus on making these true connections. So you have your list of 10 dream accounts. By the end of the week, you're giving these 10 people or 10 accounts shout outs on your Instagram stories, or you're replying to their stories. Maybe out of the 10 people, you will only get into a conversation with 3 of them. That's still great, because remember, there's over 1 billion active users on Instagram. So you can come up with a new list of 10 new dream accounts every week and just rinse and repeat that strategy. So I really think that you can come up with 10 accounts, right? Now, this is why you're here today. So you are most likely confused about Instagram and how to use this platform to your advantage. You're definitely tired of putting in the time and effort without seeing any results, right? You're here because you love what you do, but you're so feeling overwhelmed and stuck and frustrated with your Instagram growth, and you're just so ready to have that major breakthrough, free up your time, and make a bigger income. You're definitely here because, like me, you have big dreams, you want to make a bigger impact, build a bigger audience, and really use Instagram as a way to make money and not just win a popularity contest. Now, these are the 3 strategies that I share with you today. I would love for you to just go ahead and type in 1, 2, or 3 and let me know which one was your favorite strategy. So number 1 was how to connect with your dream accounts. So accounts that can really move the needle for you, whether it's like your ideal followers, potential clients, or potential brands that you want to work with. Number 2 were the 3 simple steps to triple your engagement. And then strategy number 3 was how to take that relationship to the next level by sliding into their DMs. Okay, now I believe that it's your time to really master your Instagram strategy with a step-by-step approach or roadmap that grows a highly engaged audience of ideal followers, and that will help you monetize your account without wasting any more time.
Right. That training was so fantastic. I hope this has lit everyone up and got you excited about growing your food business through Instagram. So thank you, Carla. Thank you for being here. If you can just leave with everyone, number one, where can they connect with you so they can continue to learn from you and get all this fantastic insight that you share ongoingly with your community, as well as the one key takeaway that you want people to have from this training? What would that be?
Sure. So the best way to connect with me is definitely through Instagram. So I think, Ainsley, you're going to probably leave a link.
Yes.
Just because my last name is, people, it's difficult to spell. And then definitely send me a DM, just because I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear that you're coming through Ainsley and that you've watched the training. And if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. So don't be shy, definitely reach out and just say hello through the DMs. And I think the key message for me, just because I know how busy you are running your business and how many things you have on your plate and how many things you're thinking about every single day, I think to really get the most out of Instagram in the most effective and efficient way is to go on there with a focus and really just focus on implementing the 3 strategies that you learned today. So going on there, knowing, okay, I'm going to connect. This is how I find my ideal client. This is how I'm going to connect with them. And then this is how I can reach out to them, and just focus on building a relationship without necessarily just focusing on the sale just focusing on relationship, overselling, and then the rest will just come from that.
I love that. Thank you so much, Carla. And thank you for being a wonderful food friend to this community.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to hear the results from everyone.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.